Welcome to the video, everyone. Thanks for joining me. I hope everyone is well. So, some worrying news. You now need a trademark to sell on Amazon. This is the error message that students keep receiving when they try to create new listings, right? So, I'm going to break that down for you in this video and tell you a little bit more about it. If you guys missed my last video, I interviewed one of my students, Tony. Some awesome tips for newbies, for experienced sellers, so be sure to go and check that out. Generating 20k a month on Amazon FBA UK. Enjoy the video, guys. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you in the next one. What is up, YouTube? Welcome to the video. I hope everyone is well. It's been a week or so, maybe 2 weeks since I uploaded my last video where we were interviewing one of my students, Tony, generating 20k a month, loads of tips, loads of insight. Make sure you haven't missed that one, but focus on this video for now before I go off on a tangent. So I speak to hundreds of people, right, every single week, and I keep receiving this same error message that students are receiving, saying that they need to have a trademark to sell on Amazon, right? So you'll see in the title of this video, it's going to be saying that you need a trademark to sell on Amazon, and that's what is suggested in this error message that people are getting, right? And it's worrying people. I constantly hear from students who are having issues with this, and they want to touch base with me and get some advice on it. So I thought that I would record a video and upload it to YouTube. Hopefully you guys can you can do what I say here, and you will be able to bypass this because it is causing some issues, right? So it's been widely known, guys, for years since I've started selling on Amazon that you do not need a trademark to have your own private label brand, and you can launch a product on Amazon without having a trademark. Now, that doesn't mean to say that you don't need to be careful when you are selecting your brand name, for example. We do trademark searches. Some people will hire an actual trademark lawyer, someone to look into it for them. Others will do the research on their own just to make sure they haven't got a trademark that's exactly the same or similar, a brand name that's similar to someone else's. Doesn't mean to say that you're not doing your due diligence, but there was no requirement to actually have your own trademark to list your product. Now, that was common knowledge, and it was widely known amongst the community of Amazon sellers, and that's how it's been for a long time. But I'll be honest, it's been probably a year since this error message has been popping up, and it's popping up more and more, and they're altering what they're saying, and they're asking for more. And I'll show you exactly what it is. We're going to look at an email from a student and the error message they're getting, which is stopping them listing their brand on Amazon. It's saying that you can't do it. So we'll have a look at the email first, guys. So it says, "Dear Dylan, I hope all is well with you. I'm hoping you could help me out with an issue I'm having with the brand side of uploading my product. I keep getting these messages, so he can't list his product. He wants to place his order for his units, but he can't create the listing, which is worrying, right? When I use the name of my company, it keeps asking me to create a brand. In one of your videos, you stated that you left it quite late before I trademarked, which I did. Left it a little while, wouldn't say late. Others in the Facebook group have said put NA in the brand name, but that didn't work. Can you give me some advice on this regards?" And I blocked the student's name out there for privacy reasons. So this error message, in a roundabout way, is suggesting that you need to have a trademark. That's what a normal person would interpret this message like that. I certainly did when I saw it the first time. Now, this is the error that students are getting, and people are getting. You will be getting this error message, and I've had people who've given up, and I've spoke to them after they've finished, people who were inquiring and asking for advice on my Instagram page, and they couldn't get around this. Now, this is the error message that pops up. When you go to list your product, you put your GTIN number in the product ID section, you fill in all the bits and bobs that we know about. We put our brand name in. Now, assuming we've done all our due diligence checks, we've chosen our brand name, something relevant to the product, something that's fitting, that sounds good, basically, and we put the brand name in there, and this is the error message that pops up. So when we're trying to save and finish our listing, it's not letting you do it. It's giving you an error message like it would if you didn't put a brand name in, or if you didn't put a product ID in, it would give you an error message and say, you haven't put this in, please do it. But assuming you've put everything in, Amazon must approve your brand before you can use it to list products. Brands should be registered through brand registry. But if your brand is not eligible for brand registry, you can obtain an exception by contacting seller support mentioned in the error code 5655. Now, to me and to students, especially people who are new, who are just encountering this error message, when they are rejected essentially from creating that listing, they are restricted, they're not allowed to do it. It's blocking the listing creation process. And it's telling them brands should be registered through brand registry. Now, if students have watched the course, for example, with the Elite Academy, you know that to register your brand with Amazon's brand registry scheme, you need to have a trademark to do that, right? So it's suggestive, right? It's insinuating that you need to have a brand and it needs to be registered with brand registry. Now, if you've watched the course and you understand what that means, then you need a trademark to register with their brand registry scheme. Now, that is just the process of how you get into the brand registry scheme as a seller. So it's worrying when someone sees this message, right? And it's confusing because there's a lot of information in here. Your brand needs to be approved by Amazon. The brand needs to be registered through their brand registry scheme. They then got to look into what that is, and then they realize that you need a trademark to do that. If your brand isn't eligible for brand registry, that's not a good thing, because it's registering for Amazon's brand registry scheme. It's a good thing because it gives you access to A+ content, or enhanced brand content, what they used to call it. Lots of other perks on your listing. It's a good thing, but you do need a trademark to do it. Now, there's a way around this, guys, right? You'll be happy to know. It's not the end of Amazon FBA. I know there was a little bit of clickbait in this, in my title, but this is YouTube. I've got to encourage people to watch this video, and I do think it's going to be, hopefully you take something from this video and it's of use to you guys, right? But they'll ask you to do a few different things. Right? When you have that error message, and contact them through a case with the error code 5665, etc., etc., etc. But there's one thing that you can do to bypass this message. You do not need to go and spend £200 on a trademark. That doesn't mean to say that isn't a good idea anyway, to just get that done, protect your brand. It might take 2 months for it to come through. But students want to list their product urgently, right? They want to familiarize themselves with Seller Central. They want to get their listing created. They want to get the order shipped into Amazon. They haven't got time to be waiting for a trademark at that stage. So they need to get it listed, right? So quick way around this. And even though I've seen Amazon outline this underneath the error message, in some error messages, it just says this. It doesn't say anything else about how to resolve it. In others, it does. If you send Amazon images of your product, right, with the brand name clearly visible and fixed onto the product from different angles, and preferably white back images, I usually like to send 5, and I advise students to send 5 images of the product, and you outline what your brand name is, then they will approve your listing, and they will take away this error message that is popping up on your listing. You'll be able to create it like you're intending on doing. Now, the issue that students have is they say to me, "Well, Dill, I haven't got my product yet. I haven't got images of my product yet with my brand name on. So how am I supposed to get these images of the product to send to Amazon for them to allow me to bypass this message and get my listing created?" Well, it's okay not to have your product with you, right? Assuming at this stage, when you're creating your listing, your product is either in production or you placed your order, you get into a stage where the listing is being built, or it might even be ready to be sent over. All you need to do is contact your supplier, ask them either to send out a unit to your home address, which will take 7 days express delivery, and you can take the photos yourself, or ask them to send over a stock image of the product. It may not have your brand name on it. They may not have any HD, high definition images of your product with the brand name on, but they'll have images of the product. Now, all you need to do is send those images to someone on Fiverr. and send that person also your brand name, the logo that you want, and they can Photoshop that brand name onto the product from multiple angles, so it looks like it's a it's a real photo that's been taken with your brand name on, and that seems to do the trick. But the issue that students have is they they panic and think, well, I don't know how to I don't know how to get these photos taken because I haven't got the product. It's not a tangible thing in my hand at the moment. That doesn't matter, guys. Reach out to the supplier, your supplier, get images sent to someone on Fiverr, get your logo photoshopped on, send those images through via a case with the error message 5655. Mention, I would screenshot this error message, put that in there, send the product ID over as well of the listing that you're trying to create here, because you'll have a GTIN number in there. And I haven't had a student who hasn't been able to bypass this message. But the worrying thing is that when students receive it, like in the title, they immediately think, I need a trademark to sell on Amazon, and some people will give up at that stage. And whether you're a student or you're not a student, people will receive this message, and it's disconcerting, to say the least, right? It does not encourage you to continue with what you're doing. But just to let you guys know, there's a workaround. Make sure that you do it to get past this stage and get that listing created. Probably see that I'm sweating a lot. It's so hot at the moment. The weather here has been 35 degrees, so we've been climatizing over the last couple of weeks, shall I say? But yeah, I was going to mention, guys, for a week or so from now, possibly a little bit more, there's going to be a big video which is going to be released, the biggest I've done with regard to the Elite Academy, a massive launch. I'm not going to say anything more about it, but just it's going to be huge for you guys. So if you're a student, gear up for something big. If you're looking to join, you're going to be having something huge coming to you in the next couple of weeks, as soon as I get back from somewhere that I'm going very, very soon. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope you found it useful. Please comment below if you found another way to get around this. There are other ways. I've just focused on the most effective way that I've found from possibly 100 people that have got through this error message. So although there are other ways, this is the quickest way. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.